This video is brought to you by Cracks Only. Check out the link in the video description below to get to their website and check out their latest products. Trust me, you do not want to miss them. Manchester United 3, Lens 1 here at Old Trafford. Second to last game of pre-season. Got one more left. You said in the Carnival we need goals. In the end, we did get goals.
Yeah, we did.
But we conceded a bad one. And the first half was not good, and then we rectified it second half.
Well, you know what? It's funny because now the goals have come. Do you look at the first half a bit differently, innit? There was a couple chances that we just missed, and just like, this is typical United where it's like, I need more, but then we're not really getting that. Like the Mason Mount one, that's 1-0. You know what I mean? There's another miss as well. I don't know if it's a Rashy one or.
There weren't any clear-cut ones. It was more like half chances. That was. I'm talking about apart from that.
Yeah.
Garnacho, Anthony got blocked and went over the bar. But
so there was a few. But then again, it didn't happen in the first half. And I started to worry. I said, Flex, season's starting soon, and this is getting concerning now because we need to be winning in these games. This is our first team. First team bar two players in terms of Wan-Bissaka. And then who else would you say now? That's
pretty much it. Team. That's the first team.
Again, you say Rasmus, you don't know. You pay that kind of money on someone like that. He's going to play in it.
But he's not going to start on Monday night. He's only just been here.
Yeah.
He's only played the game.
But the person that gets all the plaudits to me is Garnacho. Garnacho, again, fantastic today in terms of just, you ask, can he start games? Well, yes, he can. Because now you're seeing he's running at players like he just came off, like he just come off the bench. So he's bringing that element to his game. I think he's had, if anyone can say they've had a decent pre-season, if you just make it, quantify it for a singular, you'll say he's had a good pre-season in his development.
But it was a game, Arsenal where he wasn't. No, he started. We were like, oh, yeah. And then was it Real Madrid after? And then he started against Real Madrid, I believe, and then he did a bit better. I think it was. Yeah,
against Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think he started.
Sure, check that, bro. Check that. I'm not sure, fam. I remember we're jet lagged still, so you're asking a lot.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. Started on the left.
No,
He started on the left. I think he did.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
I think. But he was good. He was refreshing. I just want to draw attention to the Onana goal conceded because obviously.
Why, man? We're trying to hide it.
Because it's important. No, we have to try and hide it. But in our own dissecting of the thing, we have to talk about it. So obviously it looks mad, innit? Getting tangled in the net. You know what I mean? Caught in the spider's web, all of that. Because you've got the studs. Yeah. The studs are clinging onto the net. It takes a while to get out the net when you fall in it. It's embarrassing, innit? But in the actual grand scheme of things, from a tactical point of view, take out the embarrassment and people on social media laughing, and we have to hold that a bit. Yeah. When you break it down, that is part of the adjustment of the team that we need to make. Because Dalot obviously gives an awful pass, and it's a great strike by the Lens player. But what it shows us now is because we've got a keeper that plays so much higher as a starting position, it's even more emphasis on not giving away the ball like that in build-up.
That was silly.
That's what I'm saying. So not only should you never do that ever anyway, but especially now, because if you give that ball away there when you're on the last line of defence, the keeper's going to be in no man's land because of how we're trying to play. So when we spoke about when Onana came in and we went, there's going to be goals that we concede either through him trying to play out and it goes to their play and they kick it in, or he tries to make a pass and it hits off someone and goes in. Versus something like that where you give the ball away high up and he's going to be in no man's land because his starting position is always going to be there, and that's where it should be for how we want to play. We got to balance that, and the team, and I know like Diogo Dalot's made a boo-boo that he probably won't make 9 times out of the next 10 times out of the next 10 he probably won't do that pass again. But it is something to remember that just in Onana in general that we're going to concede some silly goals sometimes.
I think that keepers make mistakes though. That's in anyone. But
that weren't just a keeper mistake. That's because he started.
I'm not blaming him, but I'm just saying that. So goals will be conceded. I think if we bought this new goalkeeper in for, he's going to keep a clean sheet every game. You're actually being unrealistic.
No, but the type of goals. I'm not saying like a shot. I'm saying we're going to concede goals from how he plays versus how De Gea wouldn't have got lobbed from there because De Gea wouldn't have been there.
But then that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing is when you say you would call it horses for courses or whatever these things are.
It's the trade-off.
It's the trade-off. There's going to be a trade-off. You know what I mean? So it's like that's going to happen in games, and it's probably going to happen again. That's probably going to happen in the Premier League game because he is off his line. But then the other thing is he does things that De Gea will never do. Absolutely. So what we got to do is we have to that De Gea chapter it's done and it's finished, and it's the new chapter. We just got to back this guy and see what happens.
And the adjustments need to come now in pre-season. I'd much rather that happen here than on Monday night against Wolves. And we're 1-0 down in the league.
But we know it can happen.
Of course.
What I'm saying is that if you get a keeper thinking that he ain't going to concede no more because he's better.
No, of course not. We're always going to concede goals because it's part of football. Yeah. But the type of goal we're going to concede will change because of how we're trying to play out from the back and, the risk versus reward, etc., etc., which, again, we have to adapt to. Another positive, is that you? You're a disgrace. You're a cheat. Fine jar. Yeah, because you're a disgrace.
You have my phone on silent.
Well, it's not on silent now. It's not on silent now. What I would say is another positive is Rashford. Anthony actually got a goal and an assist. I'm always on to Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm always on to seeing more from him. I'm trying to challenge him to have that upper level. You said in the car, you're expecting a big season. Obviously, it's pre-season now. But it's a really well taken goal, and it was again crafted by Marcus Rashford. Great little set. First off, to create the 3-on-3, and then Garnacho travel, show the maturity, play the correct pass. Don't get gassed. Don't try and do it yourself. Play the correct pass. And Anthony, to be fair to him,
good touch.
Looked like a bad touch. Takes a good touch.
It was a good touch.
Good touch and good finish, and then slots Marcus Rashford in as well for our first goal with a ball in behind as well. So good from him, and again, expecting that on a more consistent basis.
I expect Anthony to do that a lot. When you talking about someone that has potential, I said the ceiling's high on that guy. Yes, he hasn't delivered, but you can see that if he finds his feet, he'll be a really good footballer here. At the moment, his feet has not been found, so I can't pretend that like he's made the right hand side his. He hasn't, But then you can say, you know what? There's enough potential there. Now you just got to show it instead of saying, next gen or the next guy that we say could be the man. Now starts to show you're the man. How we're looking at Garnacho now, saying, I'm a starter now. That's what I'm looking for from Anthony. So I was very happy with Anthony's performance today. It was more mature, but we still got the little flicks here and there, little
giving it away, trying
moments. But you know what? All in all, well done, Anthony, today for me.
Yeah, I think Bruno was a good facilitator at large parts today. Some good passes in behind, some good switches of play to get us going. So big up to him.
In the 10.
It's his best position. And Mason Mount. Now look, Mason Mount missed that absolute sitter where he's laughing afterwards.
Yeah.
Again, probably take that shot 10 times out of the next 10. He probably scored 10. But it was an awful one. He should have scored. However, his general work and what he does. Remember when I was saying in the car about a lot of his stuff won't be quantified by goals and assists. And I get it, as a midfielder who we've bought for a lot of money, you need to score goals and you need to assist. I get that. But also that's kind of more important than that though, on a overall basis, is contributing to the team playing better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think he done that at times today, and a lot of his work that he does is going to go under the radar. A lot of the work that he does is going to need to be like re-shown to you in clips where you go, look at how we did that, but then the move broke down after that. Or look how we did that. Down. Do you see what I'm saying? So he's growing. He's growing into it.
There still needs to be a game where we say, ooh.
Of course.
But then it's coming. The one thing that I can say is that you're not getting the Fred 2 thumbs up. You know what I mean? Apologetic play. You know what I'm saying? And again, Mason just keeping the tempo going. But there's still a lot more that we need to see from this team. We're still developing. Hopefully the game that we play tomorrow, right? Hopefully we're good tomorrow.
Which will be, obviously, the team will look a lot different to that. And just lastly, do you think that'll be the team? Just quickly, Dalot. Because Wan-Bissaka obviously...
Wan-Bissaka made a mistake in the last one.
So exactly.
Right now, they're both on even footing. You still believe that Dalot's probably the manager's first choice? I don't know who the first choice is. I think they both got...
No, I think he wants it to be.
Yeah.
But I don't think Dalot's playing consistently well enough for him to say, let me just leave Wan-Bissaka, now I can move on. But Wan-Bissaka keeps doing things that are correct.
It's the hard one because they both one positives is the other person's negative, and that's the hardest thing with them too. So it's like whoever starts, I'm cool with it. Again, if it's a big game and I need someone to trust, Wan-Bissaka every day.
Yeah, roll on Dublin tomorrow. Our eyelids are still open just about with the pay. Well, you slept all the way up here, man, and you're going to sleep all the way back as well. Don't be late tomorrow at the airport. Don't be late.
You know I won't be late.
Don't be late.
I got to your house perfectly today. I'll be on time.
When we get to the airport tomorrow and you're not seeing the vlog that KG's late, not there, listen. See you lot tomorrow in Dublin. Peace.